Hey guys, this is Valentina Palladino for Ars Technica, and today I'm here with the brand new Huawei Fit fitness tracker. I was shown this by Huawei a few days ago. It just came out today. Really, Huawei probably wants to get into this space because everybody else has, fairly affordable fitness trackers. Their Fit device comes in at $129, so it's right in that middle spot. It's going to be competing with a lot of Fitbit devices, particularly the $129 Ultra. And in some cases, the Charge 2, which is $150, and also some other devices out there from Withings, Garmin, all those types of creators. So, Huawei really wants a piece of that fitness pie right now. And it's definitely different than their previous TalkBand devices. This is much more modern. It's fully wrist-based, whereas their TalkBands were kind of Bluetooth headset hybrids. So they're really going after somebody who wants to track their all-day fitness, wants to have continuous heart rate, because there is a continuous heart rate monitor on this, but also wants that kind of traditional watch-like design. So I've been spending a little bit of time with the Huawei Fit, and I'm going to tell you what I like and what I don't like about it. So let's talk about all of the features that the Huawei Fit has. Just like pretty much any other fitness tracker, it will track your all-day fitness, so steps, calories, distance, and sleep. And it does have a continuous heart rate monitor in there. This is a Huawei-developed heart rate monitor, so it's not outsourced. And there is specific workout tracking on the device. You can track different types of workouts, running, cycling, some gym workouts. It is also swim ready. It is IP68 rated, so it is waterproof. You'll be able to track swimming with that. It does not have a GPS built in, but at $129, most devices don't. It does have assisted GPS, so if you're out running or cycling with your phone and the Fit on, you'll be able to map your route with that. It will also deliver most of your smartphone notifications too. I've been getting email, message, some social media notifications, but I think they're going to roll out some more notifications soon, so all of your general smartphone notifications, including call and text, you'll be able to get. And also with the Huawei Wear app, you'll be able to set running plans. That's a feature that's in a lot of running specific apps, and this is just to train you if you're planning on doing some sort of a race, like a 5K, a 10K, something like that. You can set a training plan, set how many days you want to train for, and using the Fit, and also if you're running with your phone, you can use the voice coach throughout Huawei Wear, and that will kind of coach you through that running training. So currently the Huawei Fit can integrate with Jawbone, Google Fit, and MyFitnessPal, as well as Apple Health. So in terms of Apple Health, that is one way that the Fit is a little bit better than Fitbit, because Fitbit doesn't have Apple Health support yet, but it also doesn't have anything else. It doesn't have any other third-party app support yet. So right now you're just limited to Jawbone, Google Fit, and MyFitnessPal. But it can work on Android and iOS devices with the Huawei Wear app. And with its battery, you're going to get about 6 days of battery life. That's what Huawei estimates. And I've been using this for about 4 or 5 days, tracking an activity, like a 30 to 40 minute activity, at least once a day. And only I'm down to about 50%. So this could probably last you more than 6 days, depending on how many notifications and stuff that you get. So let's talk about some of the good things that I've experienced with the Huawei Fit. First is the design. For $129, I really do like this design. It looks very much like a traditional watch. It does have this LCD display, and it's pretty nice. It can be a little dark in some situations, but it does have an auto backlight that you can control. You can change the watch face. Huawei has some built-in watch faces, so you can kind of customize it a little bit. And also the bands are standard 18mm bands. Huawei does sell them. These are their kind of sport bands, so they're pretty good to work out in since they're made of silicone. But you can switch out with any other 18mm band, so you can kind of just make this your own if you wanted to. I think comparatively to like the Fitbit Flex or the Fitbit Ultra or even some Garmin devices, or the only one that you could probably compare it to rightfully is the Withings Activite Pop, which is an actual analog watch. I think that the Huawei Fit is a really nice design to wear all day, and it's also super light. You really don't feel it on your wrist very much, even if it does have that built-in heart rate monitor. It doesn't really add any weight to it. So it does have a really nice modern design that is a very welcome change from Huawei's TalkBand series that they came out with a while ago. Another good thing about the Huawei Fit is that its heart rate monitor is pretty accurate. With all of the activities that I've recorded with the Fit, I've also been wearing the Apple Watch Series 2, which I kind of use as a base since that was pretty accurate in my testing. And the Huawei Fit was always within 5 BPM of the Apple Watch, and sometimes it would be on the nose or maybe even within 2 BPM of the Apple Watch. there were very, very few instances where the Fit was very much off. And I think in those situations, it took a while for the Fit's heart rate monitor to kind of get up to speed with the Apple Watch, which is what I've been noticing with a lot of other devices. They all kind of take a little bit of time to get up to those really, really high heart rates when you're in the middle of an intense workout. But most of the time I was pretty happy with this. It was just in line with the Apple Watch as much as it could have been. So the other good thing about it is the battery life. I think Huawei's estimate of 6 days is definitely accurate, but depending on how many notifications you get, how many workouts that you track, you could easily get a week or maybe more out of the Fit before you need to charge it again. So a couple of things I didn't really like about the Huawei Fit is that the first thing is that it can't really track that many activities comparatively to other devices. So if you were to go to the workout screen on the Fit, you'll be able to track running, walking, cycling, treadmills, and swimming. And that's it. Comparatively to like Fitbit or Garmin or a bunch of other, different activity trackers that they also double as coaches, you can't really track that much with the Huawei Fit. Even if it had some sort of miscellaneous kind of workout, like it could just been a generic workout, generic indoor, generic outdoor, I would have appreciated that, just because sometimes I might want to do weight training and just track my heart rate throughout that entire duration of time. I can't really do that with the Fit. And Huawei they didn't really tell me if they were going to add to those workouts that you can currently track over time. So I was a little disappointed to see that. So another thing that's not so great about the Fit is that the Huawei Wear app doesn't really integrate with a lot of third-party apps. Like I mentioned before, you can get Jawbone, Google Fit, and MyFitnessPal, which are 3 really big apps, but for anybody who wants to integrate with things like Endomondo or Strava or just other apps that are super popular in the fitness space, you're not really going to be able to do that. I do appreciate that Apple Health is included, but I would have liked to see more third-party apps included. Maybe more will come in the future, but when you compare it to Fitbit, which has tons of third-party app integration, even though it does exclude Apple Health right now, you do have more options with a device that's coming from Fitbit than you do with the Huawei Fit. The last thing that I didn't really appreciate with the Huawei Fit was that I had a little bit of syncing trouble in the beginning. So I downloaded the Huawei Wear app. It was in beta when I tested, since I did get it before they released the Fit to the world. So I had some syncing problems where the Fit would be getting all of my smartphone notifications, but it wouldn't be syncing any of my activity information to the Huawei Wear app. I didn't know what was wrong, but eventually Huawei was able to help me, and all I had to do was unpair it from the actual app, not necessarily my phone and the Bluetooth settings, but just the app, and then repair it with the app again. And then ever since I did that, it has been working. But just a word of caution, if something like that were to happen when you're wearing the Huawei Fit, you might want to try that. But I can't say if it happens on Android either, if it's just an iOS thing. However, I was kind of upset to see that for a couple of days. I couldn't really see my data in the Huawei Wear app, even though I could see it, including my smartphone notifications, on the actual device itself. So overall, my experience with the Huawei Fit so far has been pretty good. I mean, I was very happy to see that the heart rate monitor was pretty accurate. The tracking steps and everything like that was also pretty accurate too. And it's a good device to wear all day long, unlike other devices that I've tested in the past where, it's really only good for workout use, and I wouldn't want to wear it all day long. With this, I could definitely see myself wearing it all day long, especially since I could change out those 18mm straps for regular ones that are other materials like leather. I'm not confined to Huawei's bands, even though they are pretty good for working out, because they're not going to get too dirty or anything like that. I like the design a lot. It's not very heavy. It's very comfortable to wear. So I think in that respect, Huawei did a really good job, especially considering how its TalkBand series looked and still looks now. In terms of features, I think if you want to track more workouts than just running or cycling, you might want to go with something different. And especially if you like auto tracking, most of Fitbit's devices have an auto tracking feature, where if you're doing some sort of an activity for more than, I believe, 10 or 15 minutes, it will automatically track you and you don't even have to worry about monitoring something on the watch. So if you want to do something like that, or if you want just more options when you're tracking different activities, I would say go with either a Fitbit or a Garmin device. The Garmin Vivo Smart HR is also really good because you can get all of your smartphone notifications, wristbound heart rate, and it can connect to the ANT Plus heart rate chest strap that Garmin has as well. If you like the analog style of watch better, Withings has the Activite Pop, which is around the same price as the Fit, and it has that analog watch face, and it can track most of your daily activity as well, including sleep. And the battery life on that is much better. It's about 6 months, I believe. It doesn't have one that you need to charge either weekly or very frequently like that. So overall, the Huawei Fit is a really good upgrade from what Huawei's fitness offerings were before. And it's kind of necessary when everybody else in this space is creating some sort of fairly affordable activity tracker. Huawei wants to be in on that, and I think that this is a pretty good introduction to that space for Huawei. I hope that it adds some upgrades to this in terms of more third-party app integration, hopefully more workouts that you can track, and maybe updating its app a little bit. It's a little bit all over the place right now, but otherwise it's a good device. It's pretty accurate, and if you are looking for something that looks like a traditional watch that isn't going to be more than $150, the Huawei Fit is a decent option.